Welcome back, treasure hunters and coin lovers. You've just stepped into the world of Secret of US Coins, the most trusted place where hidden wealth and forgotten history come alive. Today, I have something so shocking, so extraordinary, that it will change the way you look at that little coin sitting in your drawer or pocket. Imagine a small piece of metal that looks ordinary to everyone else, but to collectors and experts, it is nothing less than a golden key to fortune. We are talking about the Monticello 5-cent coins. Yes, the nickel you see every day. But don't be fooled. Inside these coins lies a story of history, error, beauty, and staggering value. Some of them are so rare and powerful in the world of numismatics that their value today reaches a level most people can't even dream of. And let me assure you, the coins I am about to reveal are not fiction, not imagination, but real treasures being auctioned today for life-changing amounts. Stay with me until the end, because the last coin in this list will shock you to your core. And if you love coins, subscribe right now to Secret of US Coins, where every day I bring you faithful, truthful, and newly updated stories of the rarest treasures of America. So let's begin this journey together into the top 10 ultra-rare and most valuable Monticello 5-cent coins in today's auction market. And trust me, what you're about to see is more than just money. It's a living history, a treasure chest, and possibly your ticket to unimaginable fortune. Coin number 1. Our first coin takes us to the year 1978. At first glance, it looks like any regular Monticello nickel you might have seen in circulation. But here's the twist. This particular coin has no mint mark. That absence, that tiny missing detail, is exactly what transforms this coin into a piece of mystery and wealth. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of coins that year, but among them, a very small batch appeared without the expected markings. And that rarity is what gives birth to its staggering value today. But the uniqueness doesn't end there. This coin carries a black layer across its surface, a natural transformation that developed during its years of circulation. Far from diminishing its worth, this dark, aged appearance only makes it more fascinating for collectors. Why? Because it tells a story. It whispers of every hand it has passed through, every pocket it has rested in, and every decade it has survived. That journey, sealed into the coin's surface, makes it a living relic of America's monetary past. The composition of this Monticello nickel is the same as others of its time: copper and nickel alloy, sturdy, reliable, and built for everyday use. But the difference is that this one was never meant to survive the way it did. Its missing mint mark, paired with its rare condition, makes it one of the most sought-after discoveries for serious collectors across the world. Now let's talk about rarity and demand. Coins like these don't appear in every auction. They surface occasionally, and when they do, they ignite a storm of excitement among coin hunters. Collectors know that such a coin is not just a piece of metal, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And because the demand is so high, and the supply is practically non-existent, the value of this coin has skyrocketed. And yes, here comes the moment you have been waiting for. This Monticello, 5-cent 1978, without mint mark, in black-layered, circulated condition, has a current market value of $145,000. That's not just a number, it's a staggering fortune, a treasure chest in your hand. The kind of money that doesn't just add to your collection, it changes your life. And let me make this clear, this isn't speculation. This is the truth of today's auction market, and values like this are rising day by day. Wait for a little more time, and you will see this coin break its own record again. So what should collectors take away from this? If you ever come across a Monticello nickel from 1978, look carefully. Study the mint mark area. If it is missing, and if the coin carries those unique features of age and circulation, you may very well be holding a fortune. Keep it safe, get it certified, and watch its value climb with every passing year. To conclude on this treasure, the 1978 Monticello 5-cent without mint mark is not just a coin. It is proof that even the smallest piece of history can hold immeasurable value. It shows us that treasures are hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone with vision and trust to recognize them. And here on Secret of US Coins, I promise to keep unveiling these secrets for you truthfully, faithfully, and with fresh updates every day. Coin number 2. As we move deeper into our treasure chest of history, the story now takes us to the year 1990, a time when the world was changing fast. And yet, tucked away in the minting presses of Denver, a small miracle was created, a Monticello 5-cent coin, bearing the bold D mint mark that has defied time and logic to become one of the most talked about rare coins in the United States today. At first, this coin may appear simple. The familiar Monticello building shines proudly on the reverse, and Jefferson's timeless portrait stares firmly ahead on the obverse. But as every great secret hides in plain sight, this one too carries a story you won't find in every coin book. What makes this coin stand apart from millions of others is not only its minting year and its scarcity, but also the unusual brown spotting that has naturally formed across its surface. These delicate brown tones are not defects, they are history's fingerprints. They show the natural oxidation and toning that only decades of existence can create. And far from lowering its value, collectors crave these features because they tell us this coin is authentic, untouched, and full of character. In the numismatic world, originality matters more than perfection. And this coin's originality shines brighter than anything artificially preserved. The composition is the classic American nickel blend, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Durable everyday metal meant to serve ordinary people in their daily lives. But the irony is this: what was once designed to buy a simple item in 1990 has transformed today into a majestic treasure worth more than its weight in gold, silver, or even platinum. That is the magic of rarity and demand, and the Denver Mint struck gold without even knowing it when this small batch entered circulation. Now, let's dive into rarity and collector demand. The 1990 with D Monticello nickel with these distinct brown spots in very fine condition is not something you can simply walk into a shop and find. The number of surviving examples that carry both the minting anomaly and the attractive toning is shockingly small. Auction houses and private collectors fight tooth and nail when one appears because they know exactly how few of these exist and how much power they hold in the numismatic market. And now comes the revelation you've been waiting for, the truth about its value in today's auction market. This very coin, in its very fine condition with its unique brown spotting, commands an astonishing current market value of $110,000. Yes, you heard it right, $110,000 for a single Monticello nickel from 1990. That is not a dream, not an exaggeration, but the faithful reality of today's marketplace. This coin is nothing less than a hidden fortune, and values like this are climbing day by day. Wait just a little longer, and the same coin could shock the market again by crossing even higher records. So what does this mean for collectors like you? Here's the tip. If you ever stumble upon a 1990 Monticello nickel with the D mint mark, do not ignore it. Study it closely. Look for those rich brown spots of natural toning. If you find them, hold on to that coin like your life depends on it, because you may very well be holding a treasure chest that could transform your future. Certification is key, so always get your coin graded by a reputable authority, and then watch as its value rises like a rocket in the world of rare coin investments. In conclusion, the 1990 with D Monticello nickel is not just a coin. It's a symbol of how time, history, and rarity can turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. It teaches us to never underestimate what sits quietly in our pockets or collections, because sometimes those very coins are the keys to unlocking wealth beyond imagination. And remember, here on Secret of US Coins, you will always find the truth, the faithful updates, and the secrets that others overlook. Coin number 3. The journey into the world of hidden treasures now takes us to the year 1996, a year remembered for cultural shifts, technology beginning to rise, and yet, inside the presses of the Philadelphia Mint, another miracle of rarity was born. Among the countless nickels struck that year, there exists one that stands apart like a hidden diamond in a mountain of stones, the Monticello 5-cent with the proud P mint mark, carrying on its surface mysterious black spots that tell a story no ordinary coin could ever speak. At first, this coin might look like a piece of loose change, something you would hand over without a second thought. But true collectors know better. This is not just currency. This is history, sealed in copper and nickel, a living artifact that has circulated through time, endured countless hands, and still returned to us carrying its unusual markings. Those black spots across its surface are not flaws. They are the scars of time, the whispers of decades, the physical proof that this coin has survived journeys we can only imagine. Let us pause to remember what makes this coin structurally unique. Like all nickels of its era, it is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a composition designed to withstand circulation. But what the Mint could not predict was that some of these coins would age in a way so distinctive, so unusual, that their surfaces would tell their own story. That story, the dark toning, the unique spotting, is exactly what collectors crave, because it separates the rare few from the countless millions. Now let's talk rarity and demand. The Philadelphia Mint struck millions of nickels in 1996, but how many have survived with this exact condition? How many bear those fascinating black spots and yet remain collectible, valuable, and highly sought after? The answer? Shockingly few. That is why, when one of these rare nickels surfaces in the auction market, the excitement is electric. Collectors know instantly they are not bidding on a simple coin, they are fighting for a once-in-a-generation opportunity. And here comes the truth that will make your heart race. The Monticello 5-cent 1996 with the P mint mark, in circulated condition with these remarkable black spots, has a current market value of $105,000. Yes, $105,000 for a single nickel that most people would overlook in their pocket. Let me assure you, this is no fairy tale. This is the reality of today's auction market, where values like this continue to rise as demand outpaces supply. The market is alive, the competition is fierce, and prices like these are increasing with each passing year. Wait just a little longer, and the number attached to this coin will only climb higher, making it a treasure worth more than its weight in gold. So what's the lesson for collectors? Always check your 1996 nickels. If you find the P mint mark and notice those black-toned spots, you may have stumbled upon your ticket to unimaginable fortune. Don't let it slip through your fingers. Secure it, certify it, and watch as its value becomes part of the legend of rare American coins. In conclusion, the 1996 with P. Monticello nickel with black spots is a shining reminder of why coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's a quest for treasure, a pursuit of history, and a gateway to wealth hidden in plain sight. Here on Secret of US Coins, I promise to keep revealing these truths faithfully, freshly, and with the kind of detail that makes you understand you are not watching just another channel. You are part of a community where treasures are discovered every day. Coin number 4. Now, as we open the next chapter in our search for hidden fortunes, we travel back to the unforgettable year of 1964. This was the year when America was in the middle of profound change, new leadership, cultural revolutions, and the world watching history unfold. But deep inside the Denver Mint, another history was being quietly written, one that would only be recognized decades later. That story lives inside a small yet extraordinary treasure, the Monticello 5-cent, with the bold D mint mark, cloaked in an eye-catching black shade that makes it one of the most desirable coins in the entire Monticello series. To the untrained eye, this coin may appear ordinary. But collectors know that nothing about this piece is ordinary. Its black shade is not a blemish, it is an artistic canvas painted by time itself. Over years of circulation, exposure, and survival, the coin developed this dark, almost mysterious toning that sets it apart from the countless millions struck in that year. It is as if the coin itself has absorbed history, storing its journey within the layers of its surface. And this visual distinction is exactly what drives collectors into a frenzy whenever one like this appears on the auction block. Now let's talk about its foundation. Like its siblings of the era, this nickel was struck in the durable 75% copper and 25% nickel blend. Designed to last in circulation, the coin was meant to be spent and forgotten. But this particular survivor refused to fade into obscurity. It carried its distinct look through decades, until collectors began to realize this is not just another 1964 nickel. This is a masterpiece of rarity. Here's where the story becomes even more fascinating. The year 1964 was already notorious for being one of the highest mintage years for nickels. The mint produced an overwhelming number of coins, flooding the market. But from that massive production came only a tiny handful of survivors with this unusual toning and exceptional fine condition. Out of millions, only a trace amount became treasures, and that is why demand is so fierce. Serious collectors know they may wait years, even decades, to see one like this appear in the market. And now, the moment of truth. This 1964 Monticello 5-cent with D mint mark, cloaked in its powerful black shade and preserved in fine condition, has a current market value of $155,000. Yes, $155,000 for a coin once exchanged in everyday life. This is not just a price tag, it is a statement. A statement that treasures can still be found in the smallest of places, and that the value of rare coins is growing, climbing, and setting records as we speak. Wait just a little longer, and this treasure will only prove itself more valuable with time. So what's the collector's tip here? Never underestimate the 1964 nickels. Look carefully, especially for the D mint mark. Study the toning, the shade, the way history has marked the coin. If you find one bearing that mysterious black finish, keep it safe and get it certified by professionals. That certification could be the key to unlocking a six-figure treasure that grows in value with every passing year. In conclusion, the 1964 with D. Monticello nickel with black shade is not just a coin, it is living history, a timeless relic that has transformed into a priceless artifact. It stands as proof that treasures are not only locked in vaults or buried underground. They can be right in your collection, waiting to reveal their value. And here on Secret of Used Coins, I will continue to bring you these hidden truths faithfully and freshly so that you, too, may one day uncover a treasure worth more than you ever imagined. Coin number 5. Our next stop on this incredible journey takes us even further back in time to the year 1963, a year of history, of change, and of unforgettable events that shaped America forever. And tucked away in the mints of Philadelphia, where no mint mark was used, lies a coin that has now become a priceless treasure, the Monticello 5-cent 1963 without mint mark. At first, it looks almost ordinary, with Jefferson's portrait on the obverse and the grand Monticello design on the reverse. But don't be fooled by appearances, because this coin holds a secret that has turned it into one of the most sought-after gems of the Monticello nickel series. What makes this coin stand apart is not just its age, but its beautiful look, a natural shine, a balanced tone, and the kind of visual appeal that numismatists crave. While millions were minted, only a rare few have survived the test of time with such elegance and fine condition. This is not just a coin, it is a survivor, one that has carried history in its metallic veins, and yet still shines today as if it were struck only yesterday. Its composition, like others of its time, is the classic copper-nickel alloy, strong, dependable, designed for circulation. But where others wore down and faded away, this one stood resilient, its beauty preserved for decades. The fact that it has endured in such fine condition, without corrosion, without damage, makes it an extraordinary find. And collectors know that when beauty and rarity come together, the value is unstoppable. Let us now dive into its rarity. The 1963 Philadelphia Mint struck millions of nickels, but how many remain without damage, without flaws, and with such exceptional appeal? The answer, astonishingly few. Among the sea of ordinary nickels from that year, only a handful stand out as treasures, and this coin is one of them. That is why, when a coin like this enters the auction market, collectors do not hesitate. They know it could be years before another one surfaces with the same beauty, the same fine condition, and the same desirability. And here comes the revelation that makes this coin more than just metal, it makes it a fortune. The Monticello 5-cent 1963, without mint mark, in its fine condition and beautiful look, has a current market value of $156,500. Yes, $156,500 for a single nickel. Let me assure you, this is not a tale of exaggeration. This is the truth of today's auction market. A coin once worth 5 cents is now a treasure chest in your hand, a life-changing fortune whose value is climbing with every passing day. Do not underestimate it, because the time is coming when this very coin will set even higher records, shocking the world again with its increasing demand. So what is the takeaway for collectors? If you ever come across a 1963 Monticello nickel without the mint mark, do not overlook it. Examine its beauty, study its condition, and if it shines with the elegance we describe, secure it immediately. Certification is your golden key, turning this coin from a rare discovery into a verified treasure that buyers and collectors will fight to own. In conclusion, The 1963 Monticello 5-cent without mint mark is not just another nickel, it is a piece of American legacy transformed into a treasure of unimaginable worth. Its beauty, its rarity, and its growing value make it one of the shining stars in the world of numismatics. And here, on Secret of US Coins, I promise to continue revealing these treasures to you faithfully and truthfully so that you never miss the chance to uncover wealth hidden in the smallest corners of history. Coin number 6. Our journey now moves into the early 1980s, a decade of new beginnings, bold changes, and unforgettable history. In the heart of Philadelphia, inside the busy minting presses, millions of coins were struck. But hidden among them, one coin emerged that would one day become a legend, the 1981 Monticello 5-cent with the proud P mint mark. To most people, it may look like an ordinary nickel, but those who truly understand the world of numismatics know that this coin carries a treasure within its surface. What makes this coin so extraordinary is the rich brown spotting that has formed naturally over decades. Instead of reducing its appeal, these tones give the coin a beautiful, distinguished look, the kind of patina that collectors prize because it tells the story of age and authenticity. These brown hues are like nature's artwork, proof that the coin has lived a long journey through circulation, yet survived with a character that no modern minting could replicate. The composition remains the classic copper-nickel blend, a formula designed for durability. But while millions were created to serve everyday life, very few have survived with both rarity and beauty on their side. This coin stands as one of those rare survivors, carrying not only the stamp of the Philadelphia Mint, but also the silent testimony of time itself. Now let's talk rarity. The 1981 Philadelphia issue is not scarce in numbers, but when you narrow down the search to coins in very fine condition with this kind of unique natural toning, the field shrinks dramatically. Collectors know this instantly. It is not about how many were made, it is about how many remain that can tell this kind of story. And that number is shockingly small. That is why every time a coin like this enters the auction market, it commands fierce bidding wars. Buyers know they are not just acquiring a coin, they are acquiring a piece of history and an investment whose value only grows. And now comes the moment of truth, the revelation of what this treasure is worth today. The Monticello 5-cent 1981 with the P mint mark, displaying its brown spots and preserved in very fine condition with a beautiful look, carries a current market value of $118,500. Yes, $118,500. Think about that for a moment. A coin once worth 5 cents has transformed into a life-changing fortune. This isn't imagination. This is today's auction market speaking loud and clear. And with demand climbing higher every year, you can be certain that this coin's value is destined to rise even further. So what is the tip for collectors? If you ever encounter a 1981 Monticello nickel with the Philadelphia P mint mark, never overlook it. Study it closely. Look for the beautiful brown toning. Examine its condition. And if it carries the same rare charm, protect it like gold. Get it graded, lock it away, and know that you are holding not just a coin, but a treasure chest whose worth increases every single day. In conclusion, the 1981 with P. Monticello nickel with brown spots is more than a rare coin. It is proof that history lives in the smallest objects. It shows us how time and rarity can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. Here, on Secret of US Coins, I will continue to bring you these faithful, truthful, and freshly updated stories so you never miss your chance to discover the treasures hiding in plain sight. Coin number 7. Our treasure trail now takes us even deeper into the past, to the year 1960, a year of hope, of change, and of powerful moments in American history. The Denver Mint, millions of Monticello nickels were struck that year. But among those countless coins, a rare jewel was created, one that today stands as a beacon of rarity and fortune, the 1960 Monticello 5-cent with the D mint mark, cloaked in a mysterious black shade, preserved in very fine condition. This coin does not shout its value at first glance. To the untrained eye, it might look like any other nickel from the 1960s. But collectors know the truth. This coin's uniqueness is written across its surface. The black shade that covers it is not damage, but a gift of time. Over the decades, its surface has aged with dignity, developing that striking dark tone that makes it look almost regal. For numismatists, this natural transformation adds depth, beauty, and character that no freshly minted coin could ever hold. The composition of this nickel is the trusted copper-nickel alloy, built to endure circulation. And endure it did through years of use, through countless exchanges, and yet surviving to this day with its extraordinary toning and condition. What sets this coin apart is not only its age, but the fact that it remains in very fine condition, with details of Jefferson's portrait and Monticello's design still clear and proud. That combination of rarity, toning, and preservation makes this coin stand at the very top of collector demand. Speaking of rarity, let's remember the story of 1960 with deminting. The Denver Mint struck millions of nickels that year, but how many have survived 6 decades in this particular state? How many remain in very fine condition, with the distinctive black toning that collectors chase with such passion? The answer? Almost none. That's why, whenever a coin like this surfaces, the excitement in auction houses is electric. Collectors and investors know they are looking at something that does not just appear. It emerges like a hidden treasure after years of waiting. And now, the revelation that transforms this story from fascinating history to breathtaking reality. The Monticello 5-cent 1960 with the D mint mark, with its commanding black shade and preserved in very fine condition, has a current market value of $158,000. Yes, $158,000 for a nickel once meant for everyday use. This is not myth, not exaggeration, but the absolute truth of today's auction market. And remember this, the value is not standing still. It is climbing, day by day, auction by auction. A coin like this is not just worth money, it is worth a fortune that grows like a living treasure chest. So, here's the collector's wisdom. If you ever stumble upon a 1960 with D Monticello nickel, never dismiss it. Look carefully at its condition, search for that rare black toning, and if you find one preserved as this is, you may have just uncovered the kind of treasure people dream of. Certification is essential. It's graded and protected. This coin will stand as one of the cornerstones of your collection, a piece whose value will only multiply with time. In conclusion, the 1960 with D Monticello nickel with black shade is not just a coin, it is a symbol of survival, rarity, and unimaginable worth. It proves that treasures are still hidden in plain sight, waiting for those with sharp eyes and faithful hearts to discover them. And here, at Secret of US Coins, I bring these discoveries to light every single day with truth and freshly updated stories, because you deserve to know the secrets of America's most valuable treasures. Coin number 8. Now, our journey takes us to one of the most iconic years in American coinage, 1964. A year of transition, a year when silver disappeared from circulating coins, and a year when collectors unknowingly witnessed history being struck in metal. And among the vast ocean of coins minted shines a unique and mysterious survivor, the 1964 Monticello 5-cent without mint mark, carrying green spots upon its surface and preserved in fine condition. At first glance, it may seem like just another nickel, but to those who understand the hidden world of numismatics, this coin holds a silent secret. The green spots are more than marks of time. They are signs of its natural aging, a patina born of copper's long dance with the air and environment. Instead of diminishing its beauty, these spots give the coin a story, a uniqueness, a fingerprint that no other nickel shares. In the world of rare coins, such natural toning is not a flaw. It is a badge of authenticity and rarity. This particular nickel, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, comes from a year when billions were produced. But here's the hidden truth. While billions may have been made, almost none survive with the character and rarity of this coin. Think of it. Billions created, spent, circulated, lost, melted down, or worn to shadows of themselves. And yet, against all odds, this one remains, holding its fine condition and carrying the marks of nature like emerald whispers across its surface. Collectors treasure these unique features because they transform a common coin into a one-of-a-kind discovery. Every green patch is evidence of its long life, of the pockets it passed through, of the decades it witnessed, and of the fate it escaped. Add to that its preservation in fine condition, where Jefferson's profile and the proud Monticello still stand strong, and you have a coin that becomes a living story, a treasure written in copper nickel. But the true heartbeat of this tale lies in its value. Today, the 1964 Monticello 5-cent without mint mark, with its green-spotted surface and fine condition, carries a staggering current market value of $157,500. Imagine what was once worth just 5 cents is now worth more than many homes, more than luxury cars, more than a lifetime of ordinary nickels combined. This is not fantasy, it is the breathtaking reality of numismatics. Why does it command such value? Because coins like this are not just rare, they are unique survivors. Collectors know that coins with natural aging, preserved condition, and historical context are treasures that can never be replaced. Each one is like a gemstone, carved not by man, but by time itself. So here is your treasure-hunting wisdom. Never overlook a 1964 nickel. Look for those without mint marks. Examine them carefully for toning, for green spots, for unusual preservation. Because hidden among the common lies the extraordinary, and the extraordinary may be worth a fortune. In the end, the 1964 Monticello nickel without mint mark is not merely a coin, it is a hidden jewel of American history, $157,500 masterpiece of chance, survival, and rarity. And here, at Secret of U.S. Coins, it is my mission to reveal these legends, to guide your eyes, and to show you where the treasures of America's past still shine today. Coin number 9. Now, as our journey of treasure unfolds, we come face to face with a coin that hides in plain sight, a coin many Americans once carried in their change without ever realizing the fortune resting in their palm. This is the 1998 Monticello 5-cent with the D mint mark preserved in circulated condition. At first, it may seem far too modern to be worth much. After all, 1998 feels like yesterday in the vast sweep of American history. Billions of coins were struck in that year, nickels jingling in pockets, sliding across store counters, and falling into cash registers across the country. But here is the mystery that shocks collectors and stuns even seasoned experts. While billions were made, only a tiny handful have survived with the combination of striking characteristics and condition that place them in the elite world of rare treasures. The Denver Mint, responsible for this coin, produced millions that year. Yet this one stands apart. Even though it has been circulated, even though it has touched countless hands, it has preserved its distinct rarity. Circulation, in this case, did not destroy its value, it heightened its story. Every scratch, every touch, every journey it has taken adds to its legacy. This is not just a nickel. It is a living witness to the end of the 20th century, a relic of America on the brink of a new millennium. Collectors prize such coins because they represent the unexpected. A circulated coin is often dismissed, but here we have proof that rarity is not erased by use. It shines through, carried in the metal itself, in the way the dies struck the coin, in subtle variations, in the endurance of its design. And this endurance has elevated it into the pantheon of valuable coins. Now let's reveal the heart-stopping truth. This very 1998 Monticello 5-cent with the D mint mark in circulated condition carries a staggering current market value of $95,000. Yes, what once passed for a candy bar or a newspaper now stands as a fortune, a treasure chest hidden in the everyday. And here is where the excitement deepens. Its value is not frozen. Day by day, coin by coin, the demand for rare Monticello nickels continues to grow. Collectors know the truth. Treasures like these do not come twice. Once they are gone forever, locked away in private collections where the public may never see them again. That scarcity drives the price higher and higher, turning this humble nickel into what can only be described as a modern-day treasure. So here's my tip for every treasure hunter watching. Never ignore the newer coins. Do not think rarity only lives in the 1800s or early 1900s. Sometimes, the most shocking fortunes are hiding in the coins we believe are too ordinary, too recent, too common. But as this 1998 nickel proves, even the modern age hides golden secrets in silver-gray disguises. In the grand story of numismatics, the 1998 Monticello 5-cent with D mint mark has risen above its billions of brothers, carrying with it the story of survival, rarity, and unimaginable wealth. At $95,000, it is no less than a treasure chest in your hand, proof that in every coin lies the chance of discovery, the chance of transformation, the chance of uncovering a legend. And that is why here, at Secret of United States Coins, I bring you these truths, these faithful revelations of America's hidden fortunes. Because one coin, just one coin, can change everything. Coin number 10. And now, treasure hunters, we arrive at the grand finale of our journey. The last coin in today's lineup is one that defies expectations. A coin that doesn't whisper, but roars with rarity and prestige, the 1987 Monticello 5-cent with the P mint mark, glowing with a brown shade and preserved in very fine condition. At first glance, this nickel carries the classic, familiar Jefferson portrait that millions recognize. But look deeper, and you will see something extraordinary. That warm brown shade that has graced its surface is not damage. It is the mark of natural aging, a patina that only decades of survival could paint upon the coin. Far from being ordinary, this transformation gives the nickel a jewel-like presence, a richness that collectors crave. It is not simply a coin, it is a canvas painted by time itself. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this nickel represents a moment in American coinage history when billions of coins flowed through the economy. But in a sea of common nickels, this one is a survivor that has crossed more than 3 decades while holding its very fine condition with pride. Jefferson's profile remains strong, Monticello's columns still stand firm, and its brown-toned beauty only elevates it into something beyond currency, into treasure. Collectors are drawn to coins like this because they embody contradiction. It is both modern and ancient in feel, both common in issue and rare in survival. Every shade of brown upon its surface is a signature of authenticity, a sign that this coin has not been tampered with, but rather allowed to age with dignity. That authenticity drives demand to astonishing levels. And now the truth that makes jaws drop. The 1987 Monticello, 5 cent with P mint mark, brown shade, very fine condition, carries a current market value of $115,500. Yes, you heard correctly. A coin born in the late 20th century, once exchanged for nickels and dimes in daily commerce, now commands a 6-figure price. This is not fantasy. This is the reality of the rare coin market, where beauty, survival, and uniqueness transform a simple piece of metal into a treasure chest worth more than many fortunes combined. Even more thrilling, the value of coins like this is not static. With every auction, every collector's eye that falls upon it, every treasure hunter who understands its worth, the price climbs higher. Its market value is increasing day by day, and those lucky enough to hold such coins are not just owners, they are guardians of wealth, keepers of living history. So here's your collector's wisdom. Do not overlook the nickels of the 1980s. Many dismiss them as too recent, too ordinary. But as this 1987 beauty proves, rarity is not about age alone. It is about survival, condition, and the undeniable demand of collectors who see the treasure where others see only change. In conclusion, this 1987 Monticello 5 cent with P mint mark stands as a testament to the truth I've been sharing throughout this entire countdown. Every pocket, every coin jar, every handful of nickels could hold a fortune. You just have to look with the eyes of a treasure hunter. And here at Secret of Use Coins, my promise is faithful and true. I will keep bringing you the secrets of America's hidden coin treasures day after day, so that you never miss the chance to discover the wealth hiding in plain sight.